It is a Wednesday night, college volleyball action on tap for tonight. We have a few scores from the top 25. We also have the top 25 rankings, not ratings, from the NAIA that has come out today. The first regular season rankings for this year for NAIA Volleyball. So we're going to take a look at that tonight, and we're also going to talk about some scores and more here on Midwest Sports Now. I'm Joey McWilliams. Thanks for watching this live stream tonight. I appreciate that. And please, of course, as we are getting this top 25 up here, at least the top 13, we'll scroll that down so you can see it a little bit more. We enjoy talking about small college sports and more throughout the Midwest and beyond. So please continue to enjoy the videos right here. Let's talk about hits and misses in the top 25, and you can see it right there. There it is, the first regular season top 25 ranking, not rating. And let's talk about the hits first. Where did the pollsters get it right? Now, these are a number of coaches or folks who are voting for the coaches there. Where did they get it right? Well, the hits here are the top five. Let's start right there. Top five in the ranking. They got it right there. Absolutely. Eastern Oregon, the Mountaineers are the number one team in the country right now, and definitely that is the case. Miley Mills, among those as a freshman, taking care of business, and she's getting it done for Coach Moorhead's squad. It is a very strong Eastern Oregon team, deserving, with that undefeated record, by the way, of 7-0, to be in that top spot. Concordia, Coach Bolt's team, I've said this before here on the program, they are loaded for bear this year. Definitely the number two team in the country right now. And a big win. It says 3-0. Got the big win at Hastings last night. Concordia, the number two team, got it right there. Northwestern in at number three, got it right there. Allison Dexter doing her job well. And Reitzma with 9 service aces last week. We need to talk about that a little bit more. Northwestern, the Red Raiders, in at number 3, definitely deserving of that. Viterbo in the number 4 spot, 1 loss on the season for Coach DeLong, still definitely the number 4 team in the country. And Corbin with a couple of losses, but strong losses nonetheless. They don't drop too far. And you know what? I think that that's probably right. So I would say that is a hit. If there were a near miss, that might be close. But I still want to say the top 5 is the top 5. They got it right there. Then you move down to number 9. Midland stays in its spot, the only team in the top 25 to stay where it was last week. Midland right about there. And let's find a way to scroll this down just a little bit so you can see what else is on here. Vanguard, which was not ranked last week or in the preseason, in at number 15. They got it right. Definitely got it right. Vanguard needed to be there. Vanguard opened strong last year, played well throughout the year, maybe overlooked in the preseason. Vanguard in the right spot. Mount Vernon Nazarene, not ranked, up to number 22. And they got it right there. Mount Vernon Nazarene needed to be moving on up 7-1. And we're going to see after tonight's scores, they're a little bit better than that already with a couple of victories tonight. Texas Wesleyan in at number 20, moved up from number 23. The ranking got it right there. Let's talk about some misses then. Where did they get it wrong? Well, a near miss, I would have to say, when you go back up and you can see barely on your screen right there, number 12, College of St. Mary. That's a near miss. The Flames could be in the top 10. The only reason it's near miss is where are you going to put them? I mean, it's a challenge to try to move that around there. Where else would College of St. Mary go? No, you're right. Nowhere else for the Flames to go there. So that's about as high as they could be right now. But continue to watch Coach Pruitt's squad. College of St. Mary, well, they'll continue to get better as we go along. Here's a miss. Southern Oregon in at number 19. Should be higher. Should be higher. The Raiders are on a bit of a roll right now, and we're going to find out more about them because they're going to take on the number 1 team in the country in conference. League play gets underway for the Cascade, and Southern Oregon taking on Eastern Oregon. That should be a big match. We'll see more. We'll talk more about that when it comes up this coming week. Where else do they get it wrong? Southwestern Assemblies of God. Let's go ahead and go right there. Southwestern Assemblies of God in at number 24 right now, falling from the number 10 spot. After a fantastic season last year, they fall from the number 10 spot. Here's why they got it wrong. They're not a top 25 team right now. Yes, they've played tough competition. Yes, they have played some extremely tough competition and even come away with a victory over Jamestown to pick up their first win of the season. Jamestown, formerly the number one team in the country. However, Coach Moore's squad is not a top 25 team following what they've done in their first 7 games. And I want to know, is this a ranking of what is, or is it a ranking of what we think they might be someday? And that really is the question with all these things. And you look at some of these things, I don't think Sagu's getting the benefit of the doubt. And that is an interesting situation. So let's talk about that just a little bit. Does Sagu get the benefit of the doubt because it was previously the number 10 team in the country? First off, Sagu doesn't regularly get the benefit of the doubt. This is a team that has to work for everything it gets in the ranking. It's not one of those teams that what I would consider, what I call sometimes the Lifetime Achievement Award. In other words, there are teams out there and programs out there that get ranked higher because of the history involved in that program. It happens in volleyball regularly because of the history involved in that program and what that program has done over the years and maybe decades. Then they get the benefit of the doubt, even if that team is not of the same quality that season. It's a Lifetime Achievement Award. Sagu doesn't get that benefit. There are programs actually in the top 25 right now that I would say have a Lifetime Achievement Award to get maybe a little bit more of the ranking to where they are right now. We'll see. We'll see if it plays out over the course of the season. But this is also something, however, that will, and I said Sagu doesn't get the benefit of the doubt very often. This is something that could help the Lions later on, because often coaches or whoever votes for the coach will look at the previous poll and say, well, this is where they were before. Maybe we should keep them there now, or maybe we should move this team up. If Sagu falls completely out of the poll and drops down below the top 25, it's going to be difficult for the Lions to get back into that top 25. Now, realize this. Southwestern Assemblies of God is going to take on its Sooner Conference schedule a little bit later on. They're going to play strong in there. They're going to do well. Tough Texas Wesleyan team they'll go up against, but should be favored in just about every single match in the Sooner Athletic Conference. You win your conference championship, you make it in the playoffs, and then you make your own bed. But other than that, do you want to be in the top 25? Absolutely. You want to be in that top 25. You want to see things happen to your benefit. So staying in the top 25 will help Sagu stay in the top 25. I know that was profound, but it's just the way it is, because coaches are going to look at it and say, well, they're already there. So that's why we keep it there. But is it a miss right now? Absolutely. It is a miss right now. Coach Moore's squad will right the ship. They will get better over the course of this season, not top 25 after the first 2 weeks of the season. So, and again, it depends on how you're voting. Are you voting for how they are now, or are you voting for what you think this team will be over the course of the entire year? One more miss by those people who were doing the ranking this week. Menlo is not in the top 25, and you look here and you can't find Menlo not only in the top 25, you're not going to find Menlo in the receiving votes category. Now, maybe, just maybe, there was someone who put them in at number 25, but if you get only one vote, you can see here that the methodology for the ranking is that if you get only 1 point, you're not going to be counted as having received votes. Menlo is now 8-3 on the season, played tough competition, played a Division II team who they defeated the Sunbirds last night, as a matter of fact, 8-3. Oh, and two of those losses were to Southern Oregon, who we've already said is ranked a little bit low. The one of those wins, though, is against the then number 2 team in the country in Corbin. So Menlo is a team to be watching out for, and it is a place where the folks who vote in the top 25 ranking, not rating, missed it this week. So there's your hits and misses, and let's talk then a little bit about the scores and the games that have been going on right now. A game that has just finished. Stevens College, under new management in Missouri, in Columbia, dropped its second game of the season. 5 sets, lost to College of the Ozarks, 15-12 in the 5th set. So that one has just been completed there in Columbia. Stevens falls to 3-2 on the year under Coach Trevor Coling. Did I get it right? So let me know if I got it right, please. We'll try to make sure I pronounce that right. Anyway, other scores from around the top 25 and a little bit beyond. Northwestern, the number 3 team in the country, remains undefeated. 3-0 defeat of Briarcliff. GPAC play underway. Jaslyn DeHaan, 18 kills. She hit 429 on the day. Liv Reitzma, we talked about her. 9 service aces last week in a match. That warrants a little bit of attention. 20 assists and six digs tonight for Reitzma as Northwestern, the Red Raiders, continue to be undefeated, 3-0 with a victory over Briarcliff. Number 9, Midland, a sweep of Doane tonight. Lauren Williams leads the way. She had 11 kills, first time this season in double digits kills for Williams, and it's the first match in which she didn't start. So she comes off the bench and has the biggest match of the season so far for her. Number 11, Columbia, another team there in Columbia, and the Cougars this time, 3-1 victors over University of St. Mary. Ellie Rockers with 16 kills, 11 digs, 4 assists. Luisa Ferreira, 6 kills. She hit 417 on the night with those 6 kills. Oh, and she also had 46 assists, 8 digs, and 2 service aces as well. Columbia with the victory over St. Mary in 4 sets. Mount Vernon Nazarene. You saw on there a little bit earlier that Mount Vernon Nazarene was 7-1. They're 9-1 right now. A victory today over Georgetown, sweeping Georgetown. Libby Evanshine, 12 kills. She hit 688 with 3 digs and 3 blocks along the way. Reagan Nuss with 26 assists and 8 digs. Then a sweep of Shawnee State as Libby Evanshine has 13 kills in this one, hit 579. And Lissy Snoffer, 14 kills. She hit an even 500, 8 digs, and had 2 service aces. Mount Vernon Nazarene now 9-0 on the season. Couple more scores outside the top 25. Huntington picks up its second loss of the season, being swept by Siena Heights. Huntington's Morgan Robrock with 33 assists, 7 digs, and 3 blocks. For Siena Heights, it was Aubrey Bates with 29 assists and 9 digs on the night. And St. Mary of the Woods sweeps the University Health Sciences and Pharmacy. And Hannah Ziggy for St. Mary of the Woods, 16 kills. She hit 714 on the night. So we talk about our hits and misses here tonight as we are live streaming here from Studio B. Thanks for watching this episode of Midwest Sports Now, tonight's edition. And we want to let you know, by the way, also, we'll be live from Fort Worth, Texas, as the Texas Wesleyan Rams football team plays host to the Ottawa Spirit on Saturday. And we're either going to be live at 5 o'clock or you will get to see that broadcast at 6 o'clock Central Time. Again, we will be on Crowley ISD and Fort Worth, Texas for that matchup then. All right, more volleyball on the way as the week goes on. So thanks for watching this Wednesday night. I'm Joey McWilliams. God bless you all and have a very, very great night.